So you just got your Teleplay kit and you want to set it up. So you have everything set up, you're ready to go. So what you're going to want to do is have really good lighting. And right now I'm showing you the ideal scenario where we have daylight. And next I'm going to show you what to do when there is no daylight. So what happens when you do not have good daylight? So right now I'm in a room. All the windows are closed. There's barely any daylight coming out of it. Trust me, it's not looking good in terms of daylight. So right now I have these overhead lamps right on the ceiling. I also have these 3 lamps right here. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, it's not the most professional setup. So I want to go in stages of what happens when you add more and more lighting to your green screen. So here, right now, I'm just going to use these overhead lamps right here. And as you can see, the green screen it's not really well lit. So let's see what happens when we just use the lights from here. So we're going to click on calibrate. Calibrate. Now we're going to select the background. And now here, this is what happens when you only use these overhead lights. You know, it works, but you know, not good at all. The screen's very grainy. So no, not good. So let's see what happens when we turn this lamp on right here. Okay, so we have this first lamp on right here. So now all we're using are these overhead lights, this lamp, and that's it. So now we're gonna have to recalibrate the screen because the color of the green blanket's a little bit different with this additional lamp. So we're gonna go to calibrate, press calibrate. Now we're gonna select a new background. How about we do, what if we do Diamond Tunnel? That looks interesting. Or no, let's do something. What if we do Fire? Okay, that looks pretty cool. Now there's a fire. Okay, so now let's see how well it works with this one lamp and the overhead lights. So basically, this works pretty well. As you can see, my shadow is right on the green screen because I'm using that one lamp, and because of that, the shadow kind of distorts things, but it actually works pretty well. Okay, guys, the second lamp is on. Now we have 2 lamps. We have the overhead lights right here. Let's recalibrate the screen one more time. I think this is gonna work a lot better. So go to green screen, and now press calibrate again. You can press calibrate like even when the background is on, so that's how you recalibrate it. So, sorry, let's go back to calibration. Okay, let's calibrate. Okay, that means it's calibrated. Now you can let's select another background. What if we let's do something really funky. Let's do these rainbow speed lines. It's pretty cool. Wow. Okay, so let's see how the green screen works with these 2 lamps now and the overhead lights. Wow, guys, that looks really, really nice. So you can see there's still that shadow on my hand. And, you know, even though that shadow is there, you know, it's pretty much not noticeable. So there it is. Looks pretty nice. And now I think it's gonna look even better when we add that 3rd light right there. Let's see what'll happen. So I'm gonna recalibrate again because we have another light. Just press calibrate on this. Okay, now you know it's calibrated. Okay, now select any background you want. Let's do this mystical background. That looks pretty cool. Wow, okay. So now for the grand finale, I am going to see how this setup works with a pair of green gloves as well. So let me put on the green gloves. Here, I have green gloves on right now. Okay. Wow. Guys, this green screen is amazing. Okay. So, here we have the doll. Here we have the doll. Here we have it on the actual, hold on, let me show you. Let me zoom in a little. Okay, is it working? Okay, guys. So, it is working pretty well. So you can still see there's a little bit of shadow on the green glove. Here you can see my arm coming in there. But for our purposes, considering the fact that we're not using the most professional lighting, we're just using random lamps that we found around the house, this looks pretty amazing. And another thing I want to point out, when you play with your toy in front of the green screen, here, let me unzoom. You want your toy to be at a relatively far distance from the display, because this is what happens when you put it too close. See, now the green screen calibration is messed up. So when you play with your toys, or when your kids play with your toys, do not put it too close to the green screen, or else that'll mess up the calibration. You're just, to fix this, what you need to do is to simply recalibrate the screen. All you have to do is go to green screen, calibrate. Okay. Now it's recalibrated. Now go back to that background. Now it works again. So bottom line, what I want you to take away from this video is, number one, if you are not using natural light, which is the best light, simply get a bunch of random lamps, random lamps around your house, and make your screen well lit. And just make sure that when you play with your toys, make sure that they are not too close to the actual screen. Make sure that they're relatively far away, because it messes it up when it's too close, because the camera doesn't see enough green. Okay? So, thank you so much for your interest in Teleplay. And if you've already purchased a Teleplay kit, I really, 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 really appreciate it, because this is still a really small business. I'm basically doing it all myself. So I'm really proud of this little setup we have here. We have 3 lamps, these overhead lights, and this will do the trick just fine if you do not have good daylight around you.